What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about the Atlanta Falcons offensive line and will our offensive line struggle in week one without Kaleb McGary versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about the Atlanta Falcons offensive line and will the Atlanta Falcons struggle in week one without starting right tackle Kaleb McGary. Personally, I don't believe that the Falcons will struggle in this game without Kaleb McGary. I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons offensive line is one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Definitely a top 5 unit when we're at 100%. But having a guy in Elijah Wilkinson who will be filling in at that right tackle spot, his familiarity with the guys on this team, being that he was here 2 years ago, and he's played with guys like Chris Lindstrom. He played with guys like Jake Matthews on this offensive line. I really feel like being that he's been here for the complete training camp, he's been through all of the preseason games and things of that nature. He has that chemistry with those guys. Will it take time for those guys to gel and for them to play at a really high level together? I do think it'll take time for those guys to gel because we know that Chris Lindstrom and Kaleb McGary, they both were drafted together on that right side of the offensive line. So their chemistry is unmatched. But I really feel like the Atlanta Falcons are going to do things in this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to remedy some of the issues that we possibly could have without having our right tackle and Kaleb McGary. I really feel like the Falcons are going to lean on the run game in this first game, using guys like Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. They already have talked about possibly having tight end Charlie Warner help on the right side, whether it's chipping, whether it's the running back chipping on their way out on their routes and things of that nature, or whether it's keeping the running back in at times, not to run a route, but just to pass protect. But I really feel like because the Atlanta Falcons uses a lot of misdirection with our, with our zone running game and with our jet sweep motions and things of that nature, that keeps opposing defensive linemen on their heels. And I really feel like having a mobile quarterback in Michael Penix. Last year we had Kirk Cousins when we faced the Bucks both times. We did go 2-0 last year against the Bucks, but we know that Kirk Cousins was mainly a sitting duck. After that Achilles injury, he wasn't a guy that's going to move around and create plays outside of the pocket. But I really feel like there's going to be ways in this game where you can run bootlegs and things of that nature to get Michael Penix out of harm's way, even when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers try to bring pressure. But I really feel like in this game, it's going to be important that we start off the game being aggressive in the trenches as far as running the football, allowing our offensive line to impose their will on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And last year we had a ton of success running the ball and passing the ball. But if we're able to come out and run the ball early, it's going to create opportunities for deep shots down the field as far as play action. But it's going to be important in this game that the Falcons don't fall behind and allow that defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to pin their ears back. But good news in this game, it sounds like both of us are kind of going to be handicapped in this game as far as I believe that their right or left tackle, Tristan Wirfs, I think there's a chance he couldn't play in this game as well. So we might be without, excuse me, our starting tackle. So that kind of evens the playing field a little bit. But I still expect the Atlanta Falcons to be ultra aggressive in this game. I expect us to have a lot of explosive plays down the field because we have Michael Penix at the helm, who's a quarterback that's a gunslinger. He's going to be able to make those throws that Kirk Cousins couldn't make last year. And he's also not going to be afraid to make the big throw like Kirk Cousins was last year. We know that Penix is not one of those guys that's shy about throwing the ball down the field. And because we have guys like Kyle Pitts on this team, because we have Darnell Mooney, if he plays in this game, Drake London, we have some big time playmakers where all you got to do is get the ball in those guys' hands and they're going to make something happen with it. So it's going to be very interesting in this game to see how well we play Good news is this the first game of the season, so we really don't know what to expect on either side. The Bucks don't know what to expect from the Falcons. The Falcons really don't know what to expect from the Bucks because this is a new season. So you can't really go off of last season in determining how good a team will be. But I'm glad that Elijah Wilkinson has the opportunity to have this 2-week period to ramp up for week one's game so they can create a game plan to make him comfortable, most comfortable as possible heading into this game. But I do think that Kaleb McGary at some point is going to be missed because of his ability to run block. He's one of the elite run blockers in the NFL because he's a really big physical specimen. But we know, like I said, that our Atlanta Falcons offensive line plays on a stream, especially in that zone running scheme. And we know that speed off the ball is what Dwayne Leffert teaches. And we have an attacking style offensive line where they're hit first. So I really expect in this game, like I said, the Falcons to get off to an early start, trying to dominate in the trenches and trying to dominate and impose their will on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to kind of take some of the pressure off of our right tackle and Wilkinson that's filling in for Kaleb McGary. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts. Will the Falcons struggle in week one without Kaleb McGary? Personally, like I said, he'll be missed in some instances, but I really feel like the Falcons are going to have a good game plan to make this offensive line as adequate as possible, even though I still feel like our offensive line is one of the better offensive line units in the NFL. So with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. Make sure you join me tonight for Tuesday nights. I will be live at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will do a preview of Falcons week one matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.